So it is December, it is Christmas time, and I wanted to make a Christmas video. Something I've been wanting to do for a while is to try and make Swedish Christmas ornaments. Now, the more research I was doing, I'm not exactly sure if these are exclusively Swedish ornaments or if they're just more Scandinavian or European. But to me, these are the ornaments that I see around Sweden, which means that they all involve paper, basically. So I have several designs that I want to try today, and you guys are gonna get to watch me struggle, probably. Again, that's a common theme on my channel. I just like to try things out and see how they go. So if you guys were looking for a tutorial on how to make ornaments, this is not the place. But anyway, let's get into it. For the first ornament, I'll be making a Swedish paper star, also called a Froebel star in Germany. I'm not quite sure what the origin is, but I did find this website that said paper rosettes, Froebel star, German star, and Swedish star. So I think any of these names will work. So this is the only one that I've actually tried ahead of time to make sure it works. And then after this, all downhill. So I'm starting with the one I'm most confident about. So for this project, you need 4 long strips of paper. I had 4 different patterns, but you can use all the same color if you'd like. Step 1 is holding the folded part face up. So already, this is not right. You should definitely start with the fold facing down. Over it, and then you turn to the left. And then, I'm already lost. What do I want to do now? I think I want to put this one over this and turn to the left. I eventually figured out that I had made a mistake on the very first strip of paper, and yet I still kept explaining things as if I knew what I was doing. Okay, and then basically stick these ends through this bottom one. Oh my God. This is the one I was confident about. Okay, look, something's happening. They're all locked together. Everything was finally coming together, and I was having a great time. Anytime I had to push one strip of paper through another, it was so satisfying. Look at that. If that is not the most satisfying thing. Once you have the central square made, then it's time to add all of the points to the star. This part was a little tricky to figure out at first because you do need to turn the paper a certain way before tucking it through the other paper, but once you figure it out, you just repeat that process all the way around the star. Then it's time to add the 4 points to the front of the star, and you guys, this is definitely the most satisfying part. Okay, and there we have the 3D part of the front side of the star. Now, we do all of this again, but flip it over. So right now on the other side, you can still see the 4 points, but now we need to make 4 more points and the front side of the star. So that's why you need the very long strips. I went ahead and did all of the same steps on the back side of the star, and then I used some scissors to clip off any extra paper. There it is, yay! So the only thing left to actually make it an ornament is to add string to it. That part I haven't figured out yet. The ornaments I've seen, the string goes through here, and if that's the case, then I skipped that step a long time ago. So I'm wondering if there's a way I can add string now that it's completed. Ugh. I'll look into it, so we'll come back to that. So, ornament number 2. I think I found out the official name for it is called a honeycomb ornament, honeycomb paper ornament. It's the ones that start out like flat folded paper, and then when you open it up, it reveals all the paper in between. I love the look of these. I love the creativity of a flat ornament becoming much bigger and fuller. So I thought, well, surely this will be an easy one to make. It's just paper and glue, right? Wrong. I have a very sad first attempt that is not, I didn't even finish it yet. You guys, everything is just crinkled and glued, and I'm thinking it's, I don't know. I bought better paper and I bought better glue. My first attempt went badly for a number of reasons, but one of them was because I didn't use a proper stencil. If you can't tell, I free-handed that. Might be obvious. So to keep it simple and to increase my chances of success, I decided to just use a circle. Okay, but this is the real fun part. Now I just need to cut 20 of these. Okay, so I have 20 of these cut out, and now the tricky part begins. The next step was to glue everything together, and so the first thing was to glue each piece of paper to itself, but only on the top and bottom. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to end my craft project for today because it's already so dark and it's only 3:12 in the afternoon. But I think that works out actually because I have all my little pieces and they're drying. So I'll let them dry overnight, and then tomorrow when it's daylight, I will continue. All right, good morning everyone. It is the next day. I have all my little pieces of paper that have been drying overnight. The next step is where things can still definitely go wrong, but now I need to glue all of these together. So that's what I'm gonna do. So for this step, all I had to do was add a strip of glue in the middle of each piece of paper. Line it up, and now I set it under my can of chickpeas. I did this for all 20 strips of paper, and I used the can of chickpeas to help hold everything down. I have everything glued together. It is very, very thick. All right, yeah, you can kind of see it there. I mean, this is like almost an inch thick. Okay, but this is the most exciting part, and the part I'm most nervous for, is the big reveal, the big opening, I guess. All right, let's see if it works. Oh my gosh, wait. That's super pretty. Okay, it's like so tightly glued, I can't quite, okay. Kind of obsessed with this. That looks really good. I didn't want to glue the last two pieces together because then I wouldn't be able to close it at the end of the season. I used a paper clip and I think it is working just fine. Overall, this one, definitely a success. How much time did I spend on this? I don't even know for sure. I've already spent more than an hour on it this morning. I think I spent a couple hours on it yesterday. So, 3 hours to make one ornament. Meanwhile, when I went to Clas Ohlson, I found a pack of them on sale for 10 crowns. I mean, the size difference. So even though I did find this pack of 3, once I tried to open them, I realized they were very cheap. They were difficult to open, there was glitter everywhere, and even once they were open, they were not nearly as pretty as the one that I had made. But that being said, you can still find really good quality ones for around 50 crowns. Okay, ornament number 2 is done. Ornament number 3. So I guess this isn't technically an ornament, but this was kind of what inspired the video to begin with, was seeing paper stars that you see hanging in the windows. And I thought it'd be fun to try and make one. Luckily, I had actually found an entire kit for this, so that should make this process a little easier. And it was on sale. So it went from being 200 crowns to 100 crowns. So inside the kit, there were 3 different stars I could choose from, so I decided to go with this one here. I thought it'd be really easy because the only instructions were on this one sheet of paper, and I only needed to cut out 1 stencil to make this pattern. The first step was to do a little bit of folding, which was going very well. So right now it looks like this. It started off strong and I was having fun, until I'm already gluing stuff. What? Now I knew that this project was going to have glue, so it wants me to fold this over and glue these 2 pieces together. But maybe I underestimated just how much glue was involved. This one might go really fast actually, and I'm excited about that. At first it wasn't so bad. The first step was to glue each piece of paper to itself, similar to the previous ornament, and then I had to do that to all 8 pieces of paper. Okay, so I've done all the folding and all the gluing. The next step was to use the stencil that they gave me and cut out that shape on each piece of paper. And this is when the problem started. Oh wow, okay, this is really thick. When it's... Ooh. As you can see, the paper is already starting to get very thick, which made it extra difficult to cut the pattern out. Okay. All right, that was way too difficult. So here's what one piece of paper looks like after it had been glued to itself and with the pattern cut out. I don't know. I'll just glue them right away so that they can have some time to dry. No. Wait. Yes. Okay. From here, the gluing was actually very similar to the last ornament. I had to glue each piece of paper to itself, and then I had to glue each piece of paper to each other. I repeated this process for all 8 pieces of paper, and holy crap, you guys, I wish that this time lapse was the actual amount of time that it took, because this took so freaking long. You guys, this project is turning into a mess. I feel like it's already my least favorite one, even though it's also one of the easiest ones. But maybe that's why I don't know. It's like easy but not satisfying because there's just glue and paper everywhere. I don't know. I hope it turns out. I have all 8 and now I just need to glue these together. Maybe this will all be worth it when I do the grand reveal, but for now it's been kind of boring and taking a long time. I had spent over an hour at this point just folding the paper, cutting it out, and doing the first round of gluing, and I hadn't even done the most difficult part yet, which was to glue everything together. You guys, I am so over this one. I think it ended up being the most difficult one to make just because of how thick the paper became with all the folding and the gluing, and I've had to use, I'm stretching out these paper clips I think if it didn't have this much thick folding going on, it'd be a lot better, but it ended up being, yeah, a lot more complicated than the red one. Yeah, I don't know. I'm over it and I want this to be done, but hopefully it'll look good. I think it will. All right, here we go. Okay, I hope it looks okay. It's pretty, but it's very tight. So, okay, hold on. Because of all the glue. What? How the heck am I supposed to get it all the way around? You guys, I could not open it more than that. I tried. I still can't do it. What? You guys. I can't get it to open up all the way. After all of that gluing, it didn't even work. And I'm still not sure what I was supposed to do differently because I followed the instructions exactly. You guys, I can't do it. I glued it so well. Oh no. But I'm looking at the instructions and I glued it where I was supposed to glue it. Is this why it was on clearance? I am not making another one of these. Because that could be a solution, is making a second one. Because currently I only have half. What a waste of time. All right, paper star was a fail. And I cannot believe, the sun sets in 1 hour. Can I do the last project in the next hour? I'm gonna go for it. Okay, so for the last craft I wanted to do, and I gotta do it quickly because the sun is setting already. I wanted to do a woven star, different from the one I did earlier. So not this type of woven star. The other one, I'll show a picture of it. This is what I want to try and do. And I was excited because I thought it'd be similar to the other star I did, where it's just a folding technique. But no, there's more glue involved. And I am over it. I don't want to glue anything. Everything is glued. But I'm not trying to glue 12 sheets together or 20 sheets together. I'm just gluing 2 sheets. That's it. Okay, anyway. So for this project, I needed 12 strips of paper, which I originally cut way too thick. But once I realized my mistake, I recut the paper to be half as wide, and then I was good to go. Immediately, I had to get the glue out, and the first step was to weave all the pieces together, which was really difficult to see just because of the pattern on the paper. From there, you take the outer 2 strips of paper and bring them together to form a point, which then you glue together, and then you do that for all 4 points. You can tell that this is going to be really pretty. Everything was actually going really smoothly for this project, which was such a relief after the failed project from before. I repeated the same steps with the green paper before doing the final step. So it's definitely getting darker in here, so I need to hurry. I am almost done, I think. Okay, basically, I take one of them and I flip it over and I turn it so that all the little points alternate. The last step was to glue the 2 pieces together and then cut off any extra paper. It's done. Oh, and you can't even see it because it's so dark outside. This is the other side. How nice though, because the pieces that wrap around almost, yeah, they create a border, and then you flip it and it's the reverse. So, overall, I would still say this ended up being my favorite in terms of just fun to do, and it's really pretty, and there was no glue involved. So I think that's what I've learned from this activity, is that glue makes everything worse. This one turned out what I recommend it. My thinking is I can buy one of these for like 40, 50 crowns and save myself hours of work, but I am proud of myself for figuring this one out. And then this one, I don't even want to talk about it. Hey guys, this might be the first video that took over a year to edit. I filmed that video over a year ago. I thought I'd have it uploaded before Christmas last year, and then Christmas happened and I thought it was just too late to post that video. So I dug up the old project file and finished it up just in time for this year's Christmas. It's still relevant, right? I mean, Christmas ornaments, they haven't changed. By the way, you guys, I do have some big things planned for next year. So if you want to be up to date, make sure to hit subscribe and like and comment. Only nice things, please. Thanks again for watching, and I hope everyone has a wonderful Christmas and holiday season, and I'll see you guys next year. Hej då! I don't get it. Why did it only make half a star? It made a really pretty half star, but you know, it was supposed to go all the way around.